might be a little windy out here. There's a little bit of a breeze going on. But I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough, show you a few things that I've done to the cart. I've been working on it quite a bit, but I've not got a lot done to it. But I've made it rideable, and I've got it to where it's comfortable. Of course, I've already broken it once, but I put it back together and got it going again. All right, let's go ahead and start. The first things first is this shifter. Made this shifter out of some square tubing that I had. Put the little wrench in there for support at the joint. Put an 8-ball on top of it. Also here, bought this cheap, I don't know, RASTP racing 4-point harness from eBay. Realizing now that I should have gotten a 5-point. This one tends to ride up on you a lot. I don't care for that at all. The next thing is I moved the electronics. They used to be here. They were mounted right here next to the steering wheel underneath, but due to leg room for me, it's not going to work. So I built this box, or I didn't build a box, it's an ammo can that I cut the top out of, put the controls in there. Everything is functional, works as it should. Next thing is the battery box. Built just a little tray to put the battery in. That's kind of temporary. I'm going to fix something up a little bit better for that too later on. As of right now, it's going to work though. Mounted the oil cooler temporarily, as you can see, with good old zip ties. Holds it in place. These hoses are actually a little short for where I want to put it, so it's totally out of the way. The only other issue I have is the coils are right here, so the coils are kind of close to the oil cooler, so it's not really going to work for me that well. The next thing is right here, put this gas tank on there. It is a gas tank from a snapper riding mower, one of the old school Forrest Gump types. It's going to work for now. It's a small container. I did have to put a fuel shutoff on there because when the fuel is left on and it's not running, this carb tends to leak, and I've noticed this one started to leak. I guess the floats are not working properly. I've had them apart a couple times. Just can't seem to figure it out. Floats aren't busted. I've adjusted the needles up and down, made sure there's no trash in them, but they still, for some reason, they still tend to leak. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. May end up having to get a complete rebuild kit for the carbs and just go ahead and rebuild all 4 of them so they're all good. If that doesn't work, then I'll try to find another Mikuni that goes, one of the 36s that goes on this bike, goes on this engine. And that's pretty much it. The only other thing I did was I put this Harley pipe on there. I think I've already showed you guys that. Came with a Japanese, like a Yoshimura or something. I'm not sure what it is. It was gutted out, had the whole top cut off of it. It was gutted. It was obnoxiously loud. This thing's already pretty loud, and as you can see, I've got neighbors, that probably don't appreciate the noise from a bike. They're all fairly older neighbors, and they told me when I moved in that this was a pretty quiet neighborhood. So we'll see. We'll go. Like I said, I did break it already. Took a little ride down the road here. I can put a little excerpt in there from it where I had the GoPro on my helmet. I just went down one of the little back roads here, and the chain snapped on me. One of my buddies, luckily is my neighbor, lives right here next to me. He hopped on his 4-wheeler, came down, towed me back to the house here. I got to doing some investigation, and all the tabs that mounted the motor were broken. There are 2 tabs here. You can see there's one here, one here. Both of them were broken loose. And then on the front here, there is this probably 3/8 inch flat bar that they mounted to the front. I don't know how well you can see it down there or not, but the lugs that mount the front of the motor, that's how they had it on there. And it wasn't welded very well. It's probably not welded the best now, but it holds. It was broken loose. Then over here, this side, I added in a piece of angle iron. There wasn't even a mount on this side, so I put one in there just for a little extra support. Seems pretty solid as of now. Not had any issues on it. Of course, I've only ridden it, I don't know, maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles around the yard here, down the road and back. Like I said, again, I apologize for the wind if it's too bad. It's a little breezy out here today. So put the GoPro mount up here just for a review of ride. Oh yeah, one other thing. rebuild. So locks right on there, locks on pretty well, pretty easy to take off. You just push the button. That's a lug right there that locks it in. Don't mind the welds. I don't claim to be a welder. It's not pretty, but it'll hold. I guarantee it's going to hold. But that was the other thing I did to it. I've got another little mount down here for a little Vivitar HD camera, just to show the aspect from the driver. Oh yeah, and I did move over the pedals. The pedals used to be over on this side. The clutch pedal was pretty much under this bar. Gas pedal was way over here because it was a two-seater. I moved the seat over to the middle, obviously. I would like to find another one of these. I'm not sure even what it's called, but it's where the steering mounts to the crossbar here. This one is set on an angle because it's supposed to be over here so that it squares up with the driver. Because I moved it over, yeah, as you can see, everything's not perfectly aligned. It's a little off, which it doesn't bother me. It's just an aesthetic thing. I'm sure somebody on here is going to say something about it, but I don't really care. It's functional for me. Put a little tab here for the clutch cable. Clutch cables and everything were run down the middle here. I moved them over here. They seem to work pretty well. Got a rebuild kit for this guy. It works well. Moved the clutch or the brakes over. The brakes were way over on that side. I moved them over to this side, so they're functional as well. Everything works pretty well. So that is pretty much it for now. As I make more progress, I will let you know. I will, do short videos for you, whatever. Don't mind the trash in the background either. We moved into this house about 6 months ago, and I have a storage that's full of stuff. So I'm slowly working through it, sorting it, throwing it away, burning it, whatever I need to do to get rid of it. But anyway, I'm not spending a lot of time doing that. As you can see, I've got several wheels here for Honda. The tires aren't the best tires. Some of them hold air, some of them don't. And fortunately, this thing has Honda hubs all the way around. As you can see, it's got some Honda factories on it now. We've got one over here. Check out this price tag on this one, guys. This is what I paid for this one. $3. That's a good old Honda factory wheel. Bought this guy at a thrift store down the street. But anyway, that's it, and I will update you guys as I do more. Oh yeah, I'm back with you here. I wanted to just show you guys a quick startup on this thing. Like I said, I do have to turn the fuel off so the bowls may not be completely full, but I'll show you how easy it starts up. It's already in neutral. Turn the key, push the button. Of course, now it's not going to run right, but hey. There we go. Like I said, the bowls are draining down because that leak. So the bowls are about drained out, and plus I turned the fuel off, but that's it. As you can see, it runs pretty well.